This morning, the Department of Homeland Security announces new rules for airline passengers entering the United States, tweaking security standards to try and focus more closely on potential terrorists. CBS News correspondent Bob Orr is in Washington with the latest on that. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Harry. Well, the new measures come 3 months after a young Nigerian man tried to bomb an airliner over Detroit. It's an intelligence-based security approach that will use fragments of information to pick potential terrorists out of the crowd.
The changes are the result of a security review the president ordered after the failed Christmas Day attack. The new protocols will require foreign airports to use intelligence-based information, in addition to the watch lists and the no-fly list, to determine which passengers headed to the United States must go through secondary screening and pat-downs. One administration official said, quote, "It's much more tailored to what intelligence is telling us and what the threat is, as opposed to stopping all individuals from a particular nationality." Immediately after the attempted bombing by Umar Farouk Abdul-Muttalib, the Obama administration ordered that all passengers from 14 mostly Muslim countries, including Somalia and Yemen, face extra scrutiny, including pat-downs. Now that will no longer be the case. Instead, the new system is supposed to raise red flags on those whose names do not appear on the various watch lists by surgically targeting potential terrorists, looking at things like suspicious travel patterns, and in some cases ages, nationalities, and even partial names identified by ongoing intelligence reviews.
Now, the idea here is to stop the next Abdul-Muttalib with fragmentary information, things like a partial name, travel history, maybe a demographic profile. Administration officials say it's likely that fewer people will actually face secondary screening, but the result will be the system will better target the real potential threats. Harry?
Bob, I want to ask you another question about this wire service report about a domestic group calling itself the Guardians of Free Republics and this threat against U.S. governors. What can you tell us about it?
Well, this came to light a couple of days ago. Actually, over the last several days, a number of governors around the country, about 30 that we know of, have gotten letters from this group, also sometimes called sovereign citizens, telling the governors either resign or face removal. Now, the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security have put out a cautionary note telling state and local police to be aware of this, but I have to emphasize they do not see any violent threats attached to this. This is a citizens' uprising movement trying to put pressure on administration officials, Harry.
Bob Orr this morning in Washington. Thanks so much.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.